Well, at long last, you've been waiting for this. I showed you a picture of it on Facebook, but I didn't have the recipe, the video ready at the time. And it's ready right now. Chef Julian's watermelon, mint and basil salad, and Leroy has that just plastered right there. Now, it's so funny, I was getting some of the responses. Oh, well, I'm going to make that right now. It sounds good. I said, well, you can, but you really don't have the recipe because this is just a tease. There is more to it than just this. So let's get right into it. Watermelon. I mean, look, I don't know about y'all, but it is hot out there, and now officially in August, it is the dog days of summer, and I don't feel like they're sweating over no grill right now. And this here can be a whole meal. It's filling. The watermelon I have here, you can see is really red, right? It's seedless, but it's a Georgia watermelon. Georgia watermelons to me are the best because I find them sweeter than any other. And you can tell when it's a Georgia watermelon by the stripes on the outside of it, And if you pluck it, you hear like a little dent sound, you know it's really ripe. So that's what you want to use. I have here a quarter of a medium-sized watermelon. That's what I'm using for this recipe right now. And I'm going to add some things into it. As you already know, I'm going to add some fresh mint. Now, again, you don't want anything that's dry here. You want your herbs to be fresh. And what I did with the mint is that I just cut it in half because when this hits your palate, you want that full flavor. You don't want this thing diced all up. You don't want that. So I just cut it in half. You can cut it in quarters. And now I'm going to throw in my fresh basil, also diced in half or in quarters. All right? So we're getting there. We're getting there. Now, what I'm also going to add here is I'm going to add about a half of a medium-sized red onion. Okay? It's a sharp, sharp flavor, but it really adds to this. And also, you can use a regular onion, but you want color in there. Color always makes a difference. Then, on top of that, I've got a medium-sized cucumber. This is wonderful. And you just dice that up, okay? Now, the thing that's nice about cucumbers and watermelon, I call this the anti-hypertension meal because these are rich. They're like diuretics. If you have high blood pressure, this is what you want to use. Now, one more ingredient to add a creaminess to this are avocados. And I've taken one whole avocado, and I'm going to throw this in. It adds a creaminess to it. And one thing I get away from when I'm telling people on what to do is, it adds acidity to it. Half the person, they don't know what that stuff is. The only thing you want to know is, does it taste good? It tastes good, and it really adds a nice flavor to it. All right? So, what I'm going to do now, you have basically all the ingredients except one, and I'm just going to mix all this stuff up. And look at this. It just looks wonderful. It's very colorful. It's very easy. It's very refreshing. It's very fast to make, and when you have your watermelon, I have kind of big chunks in here because you really want that really flavor that kind of bursts in your mouth. So you just want bigger chunks of it. I find that works well. It works better. Okay? So we have all this mixed up. Now we have one extra ingredient on this that gives it even more of a kick. It is feta cheese. You got to use feta cheese. I would not recommend any other kind of feta cheese. This is crumbled feta cheese, and you just put it all over the top here. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And there, basically, you have it. Now, you could eat this by itself, all right? But some people like dressing on it, and I have a dressing on it. Now, one thing you do, when you put a dressing on anything like this, when you have fresh herbs, especially watermelon, you only want to put dressing on what you're serving. Because if you put it on the rest of it, it's like when you also, say, put dressing on salads and you're not using it right away, it'll wilt it. So you don't want to do that. So to keep longevity of the salad, the freshness of it, you want it crisp, you want it firm. You don't want to put any dressing on it until, when you're ready to serve it on individual servings. The dressing that I use is a lime vinaigrette dressing. Barbara, just throw your big camera in that bad boy right there. This is very, very simple to make. You want 3 parts lime, 1 part extra virgin olive oil, 1 or 2 cloves of minced garlic, and just a little bit of salt. That's all you need. So, when you are ready to do the deal, which I'm about ready to do right now, I'm going to put a little bit in here on a plate of serving, like this. Make sure I get a little bit in there of everything. Okay, you got your cucumbers, you got your avocados in here, you got the whole bit. And I just want to mix this up, because, the oil, settles. You just want to mix it up and just pour a little bit on. And let me tell you something. This is going to be absolutely the bomb. You talk about a summer treat. This simply can't be beat. Now, to complete this, if you want, you can take this and put it over a bed of arugula. And also, if you want to add something else to it to make it a truly complete meal, you can add walnuts to it, almonds, and so for all you vegetarians out there, I don't want to hear any complaints. You got it all right here. Now I'm going to go one step further. It's summertime, it's hot. So you want a nice cocktail, to kick this bad boy off. Like a martini or something like that. But I got something for you folks that don't drink. They've got wonderful, wonderful non-alcoholic beers out there now. I went over to my wine shop and they had IPAs, they had blondes, they had oatmeal stouts. I mean, you name it, they had it. And they were actually pretty good. This one here is a blonde. It's made in Oregon. It's called Partake. And they make IPA, they make stout, they make a blonde. And you want to have this served really cold. Let me tell you something. You ain't missing nothing. I'm telling you, you ain't missing nothing. Now, they also have now spirits. Like they have this gin. I mean, this is not gin, this is whiskey. These are okay, but they're better if you're using it in a mix, like a whiskey sour on its own. It smells good. You got the oaks in there, the flavors, but it still doesn't taste the same. I would still say the same for the wines. I have one here. It's a Cabernet. I mean, it's okay. The wines, the spirits are not good. But let me tell you, well, I shouldn't say they're not good. They're adequate. Okay? But the beers, forget it. You ain't got no excuse. So here we are with my salad, with the love of my life, Barbara, taking the video. Okay, she's shaking her head already. And I've got some non-alcoholic beverages to complement my watermelon, mint, and basil salad. I'm out.